Once upon a time, nestled in a quiet village, lived a farmer. His life wasn't filled with riches, but it was simple and overflowing with purpose. Every single morning, before the sun even peeked over the mountains, he would wake up and walk a long way to a distant well to fetch fresh drinking water for his home. To bring the water back, he used two large clay pots. He would hang them on a wooden stick that rested on his strong shoulders and begin his journey home. Now, one of these pots was perfect. It was smooth, strong, and flawless in every way. It never lost a single drop of water on the long walk home. But the other pot had a large crack in it, and because of that crack, it would slowly leak, drop by drop, losing half of its water before the farmer even made it back to his house. The perfect pot was extremely proud of itself. It would often look down on the cracked pot with disdain, thinking, "I am flawless. I do my job perfectly, bringing home every single drop of water. It's all because of me." One morning, as they were walking back, the perfect pot decided to taunt the other. In a mocking voice, it said, "Look at you. You're completely useless. By the time we get home, you've lost half your water. I don't even know why our master bothers carrying you. You're nothing but a burden." The cracked pot didn't say a word. It just hung its head in silence, trying to swallow the pain of those words. But they cut deep into its heart, feeling like sharp thorns. Day after day, the same thing would happen. The perfect pot would tease, and the cracked pot would suffer in silence. The kind farmer, busy with his work, had no idea about the pain his little pot was feeling. Slowly but surely, the cracked pot started to believe the harsh words. It began to feel that it was truly worthless. Finally, one day, the cracked pot just couldn't take the shame anymore. As they walked under the warm morning sun, tears began to stream down its side, mixing with the water leaking from its crack. In a trembling voice filled with sorrow, it whispered to the farmer, "Master, I am so sorry. Please forgive me." The farmer, surprised to hear his pot speak, looked down at it with kind and gentle eyes. "My friend, why are you crying?" he asked softly. "What is troubling your heart so much?" "Because I'm useless, master," the pot said, its voice broken with shame. "I have this crack, and every day I lose half the water you work so hard to bring home. You wake up so early, walk so far, and carry such a heavy load, and I waste half of your effort. You never scold me or throw me away, but I feel so ashamed. I'm just a burden to you. Please forgive me for being so broken and worthless." The farmer listened quietly, his face calm and kind. When the pot finished, he smiled gently. "Oh, is that what's making you so sad? Is that the pain you've been carrying? Don't worry. Tomorrow, I will show you something special. And I promise, after you see it, you will never feel useless again." The cracked pot didn't quite understand, but there was something so warm in the farmer's voice that it felt a tiny spark of hope. The next day, as they made their usual trip, the morning air was fresh, birds were singing, and a gentle breeze carried the sweet smell of the earth. On the way back, the farmer said softly, "Today, I want both of you to look very carefully at the sides of the road." When they looked down, the cracked pot gasped. All along its side of the path, there was a beautiful line of colorful flowers, dancing gently in the morning breeze. For the first time in a very long time, the cracked pot forgot all its sadness. "How beautiful!" it whispered. The perfect pot looked at its own side of the path and saw nothing but dry earth and stones. For the first time, it felt a strange feeling. Was it confusion? Or maybe something else? When they got home, the farmer set them down. The cracked pot saw that it was only half full again, and its brief happiness faded. "Master," it whispered sadly, "even with the flowers, I still failed you. I couldn't bring you a full pot of water. I'm still broken." The farmer just smiled, a warm and reassuring smile. "No, my little friend," he said gently, "you still don't understand. Tell me, what was so special about those flowers?" The cracked pot thought for a moment. "They were the most beautiful flowers I have ever seen, Master." "Yes," said the farmer, "but where were they growing? On which side of the path?" The cracked pot blinked. They were on my side, Master, only on my side." "Exactly," the farmer said, his eyes twinkling with joy, "because I have always known about your crack. And so, many months ago, I planted flower seeds all along your side of the path. Every single day on our way home, without even realizing it, you have been watering them." Drop by drop, the water that leaked from you fell gently onto the soil. You gave life to those seeds. You nourished them and helped them grow. And now, because of you, our entire path is filled with beautiful flowers. Their beauty fills my heart with joy, and their fragrance welcomes everyone home. Travelers stop to admire them. Children laugh and play among them. All of this beauty exists because of you and because of your crack. Tears began to flow from the cracked pot again, but this time they were tears of joy and relief. For the first time in its life, it felt valuable. It felt special. It felt loved. Just then, something unexpected happened. The perfect pot, which had been silent this whole time, finally spoke. Its voice was no longer proud or mocking. It was soft and filled with shame. "My dear friend," it said to the cracked pot, "please forgive me." The perfect pot's voice trembled. "I am so ashamed. I made fun of you and called you useless. I was so proud of being perfect, but now I see the truth. While I was just doing my job, you were creating something beautiful that I never could. My dear friend, I was cruel when I should have been kind. I am truly sorry. Will you forgive me?" The cracked pot, full of compassion, replied softly, "Of course I forgive you, my friend. We all make mistakes. What matters is that we learn from them." The farmer smiled at both of them, pleased to see they had both found peace. Then he shared one last piece of wisdom. "My dear friends," he said, "nobody in this world is perfect. We all have our strengths, and we all have our weaknesses. We all have our special gifts, and we all have our limits. That is simply the nature of life. We all have strengths that we should be grateful for, but we should never let them make us proud or cruel. We also have weaknesses we might feel ashamed of, but we must understand that even our flaws can serve a beautiful purpose. What matters most is not being perfect, but being true to who we are, and using everything we have, cracks and all, to bring something good into the world. Nobody is perfect, and that is perfectly fine. Our imperfections make us human. Our flaws make us unique. And sometimes the very thing we think is our greatest weakness is actually the source of our greatest gift to the world. So always remember these two things. First, never judge someone by their flaws or limitations. And second, embrace your own imperfections because they are what make you unique. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever felt like the cracked pot, ashamed of something about yourself? Or have you ever been the perfect pot, judging others before understanding their story? Share your thoughts in the comments because your story might inspire someone who needs to hear it today. If this story touched your heart, please hit the like button and share it with someone who needs this message. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more powerful and inspiring stories. We're here to remind you that you're not alone, that you have value, and that your story matters. I'll be back soon with another story that will move your heart and change your perspective. Until then, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and never forget that your cracks can create the most beautiful flowers. Stay grateful, stay humble, and keep shining in your own unique way. See you in the next story.